Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Yogi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jai Satchinandana, Jai Satchinandana, Jai Satchinandana Gaurari, Patita Pavana Gaurari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Riva, 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 Riva. Jayam Vishnu Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Ashtottara Satasi Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Shri Prabhupada Ki Shri Prabhupada Neva Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nittai Gaura Premanande. All glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam on this occasion of Gita Jayanti from Canto 1, Chapter 9, the passing away of Bhishma Deva. Vyadahigat Pritana Mukhamanirikshaya Swajanavadhat Vimukhasya Doshabhuddhaya Kumatim Aharat Atmavidyaya Charanaratihi Paramasya Tasya Me Astu. Please repeat. Vyadahita Pratana Mukhamirikshaya Swajanavadhat Vimukhasya Doshabhuddhaya Kumati Maharat Atmavidyaya Charanarati Paramasya Tasya Me Astu. Vyavahita Pratana Mukhamirikshaya Swajanavadhat Vimukhasya Doshabhuddhaya Kumatim Aharat Atmavidyaya Charanavadihi Paramasya Tasya Me Astu. Vyavahita Pratana Mukhamirikshaya Swajanavadhat Vimukhasya Doshabhuddhya Kumatim Aharat Atmavidyaya Charanaratihi Paramasya Tasya Me Astu. Nobody wants to chant the Bhagavad Gita pastime on Gita Jayanti? Ladies, Matajis, Atmavidyaya. Standing at a distance, Pratana, soldiers, Mukham, faces, Niriksha, by looking upon, Swajana, kinsman, Gadhat, from the act of killing, Vimukhasya, one who is reluctant, Doshabhudya, by polluted intelligence, Kumatu, poor fund of knowledge, Aharat, eradicated, Atmavidyaya, by transcendental knowledge, Yaha, he who, Charana, to the feet, Ratihi, attraction, Paramasya, of the Supreme, Tasya, for him, may, my, astu, let there be. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation: when Arjuna was seemingly polluted by ignorance upon observing the soldiers and commanders before him on the battlefield, the Lord eradicated his ignorance by delivering transcendental knowledge. May his lotus feet always remain the object of my attraction. Purport: the kings and the commanders were to stand in the front of the fighting soldiers. That was a system of actual fighting. The kings and commanders were not so-called presidents or ministers of defense as they are today. They would not stay home while the poor soldiers or mercenaries were fighting face to face. This may be the regulation of modern democracy, but when actual monarchy was prevailing, the monarchs were not cowards elected without consideration of qualification. As it was evident from the battlefield of Kurukshetra, all the executive heads of both parties like Drona, Bhishma, Arjuna and Duryodhana were not sleeping. All of them were actual participants in the fighting, which was selected to be executed at a place away from the civil residential quarters. This means that the innocent citizens were immune from the effects of fighting between the rival royal parties. The citizens had no business in seeing what was going to happen during such fighting. They were to pay 1/4 of their income to the ruler, whether he be Arjuna or Duryodhana. All the commanders of the parties in the battlefield of Kurukshetra were standing face to face, and Arjuna saw them with great compassion and lamented that he was to kill his kinsmen on the battlefield for the sake of the empire. He was not at all afraid of the giant military phalanx presented by Duryodhana, but as a merciful devotee of the Lord, renunciation of worldly things was natural for him, and thus he decided not to fight for worldly possessions. But this was due to a poor fund of knowledge, and therefore it is said here that his intelligence became polluted. His intelligence could not be polluted at any time because he was a devotee and a constant companion of the Lord, as is clear in the 4th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Apparently, Arjuna's intelligence became polluted because otherwise there would not have been a chance to deliver the teachings of Bhagavad Gita for the good of all polluted conditioned souls engaged in material bondage by the conception of the false material body. The Bhagavad Gita was delivered to the conditioned souls of the world to deliver them from the wrong conception of identifying the body with the soul and to re-establish the soul's eternal relation with the Supreme Lord. Atma Vidya, or transcendental knowledge of himself, was primarily spoken by the Lord for the benefit of all concerned in all parts of the universe. Om Tat Sat. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurummilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yutapadakamam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lita Shri Vishakam Vitamsya Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nipulamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Today's Gita Jayanti Mahotsava, so we are speaking on Bhagavad Gita pastime. Here we can see Bhishma on the bed of arrows recollecting this wonderful happening on Kurukshetra battlefield. He is making significant points here. When Arjuna was seemingly polluted, Prabhupada using the word seemingly polluted. It seemed that Arjuna was polluted by ignorance, by seeing the people on the battlefield. And the Lord eradicated his ignorance by delivering transcendental knowledge. May his lotus feet always remain the object of my attraction. So,
Bhagavad Gita spoken by Krishna himself. Bhagavad Gita is Hindu scripture. Everybody speaks about Christians and the Bible and the Muslims and the Quran and the Jews and the Torah and Hindus and the Bhagavad Gita. Right? Actually, there is one level of looking at it in terms of religion. Bhagavad Gita is not only a religious text. It says here that for the sake of Arjuna, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. For what? To remove his ignorance. It doesn't say that for Hindus, Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Bhishma is not saying that. Bhishma is not saying for Hindus, for Sanatana Dharmis it was spoken. Prabhupada is concluding and saying, Atma Vidya or transcendental knowledge of himself was primarily spoken by the Lord for the benefit of all concerned in all parts of the universe. So it's not supposed to be, of course you can take it as a religious text for a start, but it is not only a religious text. It's everything put into one. It's the greatest book of all times. It contains anything you want to know about any subject matter actually. Only you need to elaborate and see carefully and then you can elaborate on it. It's all, some of it is in sutra format. But it contains everything that we need to know for living in this world and successfully executing human duties. So, Bhagavad Gita today is, let's say, Gita Jayanti, birthday of Bhagavad Gita. Nowadays you have Jayanti for everything. You have all sorts of freedom fighters Jayanti, you have any film actor Jayanti also very soon. Every next door neighbor may Jayanti also. Jayanti, Jayanti. Jayanti means victorious. What is so victorious? The man died. So it's not victory. He died unsuccessfully. How can you say after he died, Jayanti? He died. It's not Jayanti. Bhagavad Gita, spoken 5,000 years back, still today, it is being spoken about. It is being discussed. It is being taught. It's being analyzed. And still people feel they have not understood it. It's alive even today. So this is the meaning of Jayanti. Jayanti means no death, always alive. So Bhagavad Gita and Krishna are same. Jayatu Jayatu Devo Devaki Nandanoyam Jayatu Jayatu Krishna Vrishni Vamsha Pradeepa Jayatu Jayatu Mega Shyamala Komalango Jayatu Jayatu Prithvi Bharanasho Mukunda. Kulashekara Alvar's first shloka in the Mukundamala Stotra is all glory is victory, victory to you. Jayatu Jayatu Devo Devaki Nandanoyam Jayatu Jayatu Krishna Vrishnivam Shapradiva. Glory, glory, victory, victory to you only. Krishna is victorious, always. Jayanti should be used only for him. Bhagavad Gita also, Jayanti, spoken by him. It will always be alive. It will always be truth. You can never overcome the Bhagavad Gita with another new Bhagavad Gita that is old. This is new version. Gita 2.0 is not there. Why? It's absolute truth. It's absolute. It's not relative. For relative, it is 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, then 2.0, go until infinity. At no point of time it will stop. It's already in flux constantly. But the Bhagavad Gita is fixed. What Krishna spoke, that's it. To understand that itself, people are struggling. Jayanti means victorious appearance of the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is not just a book. The Bhagavad Gita is a personality. Alive, conscious, kicking, moving, instructing. You can associate with the Bhagavad Gita. If you read the Bhagavad Gita, it will speak to you, it will impress you, change you, help you. You can love the Bhagavad Gita. People fall in love with Bhagavad Gita over a long period of time as they keep reading and reading and reading. They keep reciting. It's breathing, Bhagavad Gita. It's alive, vibrating with life. If you start reading and interacting with it, you'll know. It's not simply some book with black and white print on it. We got printed here in Shivakasi and we have published it and published it. Buy it, here, buy it. No, it's fully conscious personality, supreme personality of Godhead. There is no difference between Bhagavad Gita and Krishna. If you read Bhagavad Gita, you associate with Krishna. If you read Bhagavad Gita, you have different emotion for Krishna. That will happen to you. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his tours, when he came to Srirangam, he saw that everybody is making fun of somebody who is reading the Gita, trying to read. And he went there into the crowd and said, what's happening? And this person told him, my dear sir, my guru told me I should read Bhagavad Gita. I must listen to my guru. But the problem is I don't know how to read and write. I'm illiterate. But at least I must buy the Bhagavad Gita. At least I must try. So I'm doing that. And I'm opening. I don't know how to read, but such a wonderful thing it is. As soon as I've touched it, I'm feeling so much of emotion. Look at Krishna standing there on the chariot as a driver. How wonderful God has become a driver for his devotee. How niche, low-class service he is doing for his devotee. Seeing that itself, I'm feeling like crying. So he started crying. He is crying, holding the Gita. So wonderful. And he's eager. I cannot read and write. Look at this, so beautiful. And he's looking at the book and crying. And everybody is saying, a useless fellow can't read now, why are you crying? They don't know what's happening. So Lord Chaitanya came and he said, when he said that I can't help feeling this emotion for Krishna, Lord Chaitanya bent and embraced him and cried and said, don't worry, you have already understood the Gita. You understood it better than all the great scholars who are trying to interpret it. He embraced him. You understood. Krishna is so kind. Krishna is so merciful. He is speaking the Gita for us. For you, for all of us. Like Prabhupada is saying, in the entire universe, for the welfare of everybody, Krishna is speaking. Why will he do that? He has no better thing to do? Why will he do that? He doesn't have to speak it. First of all, you must understand that Supreme Personality of Godhead doesn't have to come here and speak Gita to you. It's not his duty, actually speaking. You may say, my father's duty is to educate me. My mother's duty is to clean my pants even though I passed stool in it. It's not my problem. The kid will think like that. The kid does not know also. So it's a mother's duty, it's a father's duty to do it. After he grows after some time, then the mother will give him a whack if he starts doing that again. You have to understand your own responsibility. So we have come to this situation. We don't know who we are, where we are, what are we doing, why we are doing what we are doing. Morning to evening, you've been driven by the modes and you're running around and doing things. Somebody comes and tells you, hey, actually, your spirit soul, you belong to me. Wake up. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time doing the wrong thing. It's such an important information. He's coming and giving it to you. You got caught. You've been imprisoned by your own desire. Right? If you don't know who you are, you'll never appreciate what Krishna has done for you. You must appreciate, first you must understand who are you, then only you will know who is God. Then only you will know what is Bhagavad Gita, why it is important to you. Problem with the people in this world is when you give them the Gita, they are looking, what's the use of the Gita for me? How does it relate to me? How do I relate to the Gita? You tell, read it, you'll know. And once they read it, they actually become interested. Because here things are spoken that nobody speaks about in this world. Number one. Number two, these are all the topics I want to know, but nobody speaks about it. It's a very strange world we live in. People won't talk about what they are supposed to actually talk about. But they'll talk about everything else that you don't need to know. And you get engaged in so many things that you don't need to do. And everybody is bewildered and stuck and worried and everything. Because you're doing things that you don't need to do. You're hearing things that you don't need to hear. What you need to hear, what you need to know, nobody is talking. It's a strange world. Inside that, Krishna is coming and telling you, you're stuck. You are under material nature. You don't belong here. Wake up. You belong to me. Mama ivam sajiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. He's not very kind? Of course he is very kind. That's when you start appreciating Krishna for what he is doing. If not for Bhagavad Gita, you will not know where you are. Hitvatmapatam grihamanda kupam vanam gato tatharimashayata. That's what Prahlad Maharaj also told. He said, you are in a bottomless well, fallen inside. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Maiki. Fallen inside a bottomless well. Nobody will hear you even if you scream there underneath. Miles away inside. Your voice will go echoing somewhere. It will not even reach. Not reach anybody. Bah! You can scream. Nobody will hear you. This is a description given. This is where you have fallen. Hitvatmapatam grahamanda kupam vanam gato tadhamarimashayata. You don't know that. You think many people are fallen in the well along with me. They are also with me, so it's okay. I've got company. I've got company, so don't worry. Left here also in the here also here. Many people are there. I'll also do what they do. In this way, we lead our life. Actually, we lead our life in ignorance. That is what Krishna told Arjuna. First thing is ignorance about yourself. Where are you? Who are you? Why are you here? Nobody has answered this question. Nobody has answered this question. And we are going on with life, awarding Nobel Prize to people for whatever they give explanation and going on and on and on. Very strange world. When you read Bhagavad Gita, you will know what a crazy world this is. Nobody talks to you the truth. But Krishna is here telling you the truth. Who are you? What are you doing here? Why are you here? Why are you suffering? That's why Krishna is very, very kind, very merciful. Why he is doing that? He's concerned about you. Why? Mama evam sajiva loke. You belong to me. Worried about you. You want to do this on your own independently, but you don't know what to do. You're suffering. I'm speaking for you. This is Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is spoken by God, by Krishna, out of a feeling for you. Mercy. You must know this. You will save yourself by knowing this. This is important information. Very, very important information given to the ignorant soul by Krishna. If not, you will never know it. You will just be rotting inside without knowing anything. This is the meaning of ignorance. Avidya, ajnana means what? I don't know who am I. And the worst thing is, you think you know. It's not only you don't know. You don't know that you don't know. That's what is the problem. You don't know that you don't know. You think I know. But you don't know that you don't know. This is the first step. Asochayananvasochastvam pragyavadhamscha bhashase gatasum agatasumscha nanusochanti pandita. That's what Krishna is telling first. 2.11 he opens, starts speaking and tells him first, you don't know, but you act as though you know. Asochayan anvasochastvam pragyavadhamscha bhashase. Talking great words as though you know. Gatasum agatasumscha nanu sochanti pandita. Oh Pandit, actually you don't know. This is the first shloka. Very wonderful shloka. Oh, Krishna is opening by telling you think you know, but you don't know. First thing you must correct is, don't think you know. I am telling you, you don't know. Otherwise you will not be here. Acceptance of the fact that I don't know. This itself people will not do. From the beginning they will not do it. That's why they can't enter the Gita. Why you cannot enter the Gita? Because the first entry shloka you must understand, 2.11. What is it? You don't know. Do you accept? What do you mean I don't know? I'm just doing my engineering. I'm doing data science. I'm a biologist. I am this. I just got 4 medals. I got this and this. If you ask a simple question, who are you? I don't know. That's what we're talking about. You don't know. You know about many things which you need not know. And why are you learning all these things? For money. Earning money. Becoming famous. How will you become famous here? You don't even know who you are. Everything is topsy-turvy. So Krishna is very merciful to come and first of all tell you what you should know. And first to tell you that you don't know. Number 1. Acceptance that I don't know is the first step to enter Bhagavad Gita. Right? Next Krishna opens up and tells him, who are you? I'll tell you, you don't know, first let me tell you who are you. Why you are suffering. I will not help you unless you can only help yourself. I cannot do this for you. Because you're an individual. I can't force myself inside you. Right? I am not Hitler. I am your loving father. Pita ahamasya jagato mata data pitamaha. Aham bija pradapita. I am the seed giving father. I am telling you, you please understand this. There is no chance of you doing any other model. Because it's Krishna who is explaining this. He created. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattas sarvam pravartate. Everything comes from me and I am telling you, I am the creator. I am the source of everything. You don't know. This you must accept. Number 2, you are spirit soul, part and parcel of me. You are not this body. You are not matter. But you are thinking that. This is the second thing he tells in the whole second chapter. And he elaborately describes this. Like a father sitting with a son and telling him, "Kelada, நான் சொல்றேன் உங்களுக்கு, this is how it works." And he's sitting with him and telling very affectionately, very, very affectionately actually. Oh Partha, oh son of, the titles he will use, each one of them differently he will use to Arjuna. Very affectionately he is speaking. If you actually analyze it person to person conversation, it's real super father sitting and telling, this is a secret I'm telling you. Guhyat guhyattara maya vimrishe tatya seshena yati chasi tata guru. So broad he is. I'm telling you, afterwards you can do what you want to do. That also is telling. Yati chasi tata guru. Whatever your desire is, you may do. But it is good for you to listen to me. I'm very concerned about you. So, to say that it's a fanatic statement and it is a Krishna statement and all that, you have to read it first to understand how broad Krishna is, how very vast choices he gives. What a wonderful, affectionate father. It's full of love, it's full of emotion, it's full of relationship and connection. People don't read the Bhagavad Gita, simply read it as some philosophical text and get involved in all this thing. The spirit of it is, it's an instruction coming from your father. He's speaking lovingly to you because out of concern for you. That's why relationship is important. When you relate with Krishna, don't deal with Krishna. Relate with him. That's why when you approach the book, I'm saying Gita is a personality. Don't approach it, I have to study the Gita and master it. I have to show people that I know the Gita. I should chant 700 shlokas, blah, 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 like that. I should give philosophical discussions. The all wrong way of approaching. That's why you never get the Gita. Prabhupada calls such people flies on the outside of the honey bottle. They know there is honey, but they have never tasted it. They cannot taste it. They can't get to it. They can't enter the honey bottle. But Krishna is telling, you become a devotee, you can enter the honey bottle and swim in the honey, drink it. You can even die in the honey. You will be very, very pleased. That is the spirit of the, Prabhupada explains in the introduction, the spirit of the Gita should be understood. Krishna is rendering it for you. He is actually emotionally attached to you. And he's telling them, Manmana bhava mad bhaktaha madhyaji maham namaskuru. You belong to me. I am your father. Say some hello, Krishna to me at least. Like that he is begging to you. You have completely forgotten me. This is exactly what he is telling. If you have a personal connection, relationship with Krishna, you will immediately understand, Appa, I want to relate with you. It will click then. This is what Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada is throughout telling. Krishna is talking. Bhagavan pesra enna sonna? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Official, you should not say. It's not that Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, like you make a government statement, gazette order number so and so bar, da, 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 da. It's not a Bhagavad Gita like that. Krishna is a person. Is your father. Is speaking to you. Is concerned about you. He wants you to be successful. This is how Bhagavad Gita can be understood. It's for your welfare he is speaking. Everything, if you follow in that, you become super duper successful person. Because he wants you to be successful. That's why in the end you'll say, Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvani Tir Matir Mama. Wherever you understand this conversation between Arjuna and Krishna, there will be Tatra Sri Vijaya Bhutir. There will be opulence, Sri. Plenty of money you'll have. Vijaya, victory and success you'll have. More than this, what anybody wants in this world for material life. It's mentioned there like that. Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir. Not only that, materially, Dhruvani Tir Matir Mama. You will be doing the highest moral activity. In all ways, you will be successful. Krishna wants you to do that. So he is personally instructing every living entity in this universe. Proper statement. So don't think that எனக்கும் அர்ஜுனன் மாதிரி வந்து குருக்ஷேத்ரால பேசணும் செப்பரேட்டா, then I will accept it. Not necessary to do that, you idiot. Already spoken for you only. You don't understand. He's speaking to you, sitting inside your heart also. He's telling there in the Bhagavad Gita, I'm sitting inside your heart. So these things should be understood. They should be understood personally. Bhagavad Gita. It is Krishna, personality, speaking to you. This is the first thing. That's why Krishna is telling very affectionately to Arjuna, O Dhananjaya, O Partha, O Bharata. Very nicely he will speak. I used to wonder, why is he talking each time different? Oh, it's a poetic thing. No, he's speaking out of emotion, out of feeling. He's really telling. And Arjuna is relating like that also because he's already friends with Krishna. So when Krishna speaks like that, no, it becomes very closely associated. It's pulling him closer to him. Krishna is pulling Arjuna closer to him, telling, listen to me, Partha, don't get confused. I know you very well. There's nothing to be worried about. Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. You got confused. Your ignorance will be dispelled if you just listen to me. That is being recollected by Bhishma on the battlefield. How fantastically Krishna blew the illusion of Arjuna by teaching him what he needs to know. All of us need to know this. Arjuna's ignorance was dispelled, but we have been carrying on for so many janmas here without dispelling ignorance. And we learn Bhagavad Gita also and continue with our ignorance. It's because we don't actually enter the Gita's spirit. Then Prabhupada explains in introduction, the spirit of Bhagavad Gita is devotion. Devotion to Krishna. You will crack it. You will crack the Bhagavad Gita only when you develop a relationship of devotion to Krishna. Then you will start very easily understanding everything that Krishna is saying. So, today is the day when Krishna did that. He spoke the Gita on the battlefield. What a huge crisis. The most important person, the star performer on the side of the Pandavas is finished. He's saying, I don't feel like fighting, I don't want to fight. He has become weakened. And Krishna is counseling him. It's all not ordinary things. All of us need this counseling constantly. You don't need to go to psychiatrists, you don't need to go for any therapy, nothing. Open the Gita and read it. It's the greatest psychotherapy of all times. It's not only psychotherapy, it's Atma therapy, it is every type of therapy. Super therapy it is. You don't have to go to any psychiatrist, just open the Gita and read it. You need guidance to read it. Once you click and understand the main fundamental terminologies and definitions, you can enter it. And any shloka you take, you will start understanding so many amazing things. It's a wonder book given to human society by Krishna. That one book, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam. Shankaracharya said that one book is enough. Ekam Shastra, there is only one Shastra. Devaki Putra Geetam. Devaki Putra's Gita, that one Shastra is enough. Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva. One God is enough, that Devaki Putra. Eko Mantras Tasya Namani Yani. There is only one mantra required, his name, his holy name. Karmapi Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. There is only one work people need to do in this world. Serve him. 4 cardinal principles captured by Shankaracharya beautifully. Only one book required, Bhagavad Gita. Only one God required, Krishna. Only one mantra required, his name. Only one work required, service to him. These 4 things, cardinal principles. If you remember and if you execute your life like that, you will be successful. You will be very successful. That is what Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has said. Read the Bhagavad Gita daily. Chant the name of Krishna daily. Worship Krishna. Right? Serve Him. Your life will become perfect. Your life will become perfect. It's very simple. You will be the most religious person. You will be the most philosophically astute person. You will be the smartest, intelligent person taking the best decisions in life. Everything you do will be amazingly correct. We must understand the value of the Gita. Political, social, economical, personal, all these things are dealt with in the Gita. All matters. So therefore Krishna is assuring you, Ma Sucha, don't worry. Asochayan Anvasochastam Prajnavas is saying, why are you lamenting? Then in the end he says, Ma Sucha, don't think at all, don't lament at all. I am there for you. If you simply surrender to me, Ma Sucha. No Asocha and Anvasochastam and all. Ma Sucha, forget it at all. Don't be disturbed. Don't worry, I am there. Assurance, guarantee also Krishna is giving. If you surrender to me, if you follow these things which I am telling you, I tell you 100% I will protect you. 100% I will protect you. Don't worry. This is Krishna. You see, in a Leela in Ramachandra, yesterday I was talking to Achyuta Gopinath about this. In Vibhishana will come, take a big risk, leave Ravana and come. And whole Ramachandra and his army are sitting on the ocean shore, planning how to cross, what to do, everything. Vibhishana appears like that in the sky with 4 of his other friends. He said, I've decided to leave Ravana and join you. Actually, Ramachandra immediately said yes. Actually, in his mind, he said, okay, fine. Somebody comes to me and tells, Kaschit eva prapanno tava asmiti cha uchyate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dadami etam vratam mama. Vratam, my vow is, even if somebody comes and tells me, I belong to you, my Lord, tava asmiti, I am yours. Like Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Mama ivam sajiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Krishna is making a statement, you belong to me. But if the living entity makes statement, yes, I belong to you, I've realized, even once he tells, for the entire existence I will protect him. He doesn't have to worry. Ramachandra is telling, when he is asking, purposely he is asking everybody to show the world. He is asking Sugriva, Jambavan, he is asking Anga, he is asking Angad, everybody is asking, what shall we do with this proposal? Most of them are telling, be careful, he is a spy, don't take him, he is enemy, he is like that, he is like this. Only Hanuman will say, my experience when I went to Lanka is, he is the only one who supported me, through his sister, through his daughter. I have good opinion about him. You should take him. Only Hanuman was different. That's when Lord said this. Then Lord made a comment. Ramachandra made a comment. What to speak of Vibhishana? Even if Ravana comes, I will accept him. So all the Vanaras got very disturbed. Innappa, what are you fighting for? Inna Talaivar ipadi solrare. He's telling, even Ravana comes, I will accept him. The fellow has taken Sita and gone and he's done all such a crazy thing, then you will accept him, you're telling? That's what I am. I am the Supreme Lord. I will have to accept even if Ravana comes. So he's telling, I'll accept Ravana. Not only that, by that time, he had already told Vibhishana that I'll make you king of Lanka. He's not even gone to Lanka yet. But when Vibhishana came itself, he was so happy with him that he surrendered, that he said, I will crown you Lanka king. God is telling, it will definitely happen. So how reassuring it will be for Vibhishana. You have taken this great risk, no? For me, and you surrendered to me. I'll crown you King of Lanka. All the Vanaras become very thrilled for some time. But then there's a King of Lanka? That is too much. Why will you give him that type of reward? They're all talking to each other. Full, huge amount of people, no? So, he will also go ahead and tell, why will I not only accept him, I will give him Lanka. I'll give Lanka to him only. Then the Vanar says, no, but he already gave Lanka to Vibhishana. You already told him. So then Lord Ramachandra will change and say, I will give him Ayodhya. Ravana, I'll give Ayodhya. And then say, what? Actually, Bharata is already ruling Ayodhya. You already gave to Bharata your sandals and he is ruling Ayodhya. Then I will give Bharata Vaikunta. Lord Ramachandra is telling, I'll give Bharata Vaikunta. You Bharata Vaikunta? What about you? You give your Ayodhya to Ravana and you'll give Bharata Vaikunta. What about you? I'll be very happy to go to Vaikunta, to Ayodhya, to Lanka and serve all of them. This is Ramachandra. When they heard that, they all became, my gosh, only he can think like this. Because he is God. We're not worried. Ayyo, Ayodhya ange potta eppadi kaadu. Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam prabhatte. Everything coming from me. I can afford to do that. I rule by love. If Ravana surrenders to me, I will go out of my way to give him even Ayodhya. This is Krishna. This is God. With that mood only he is speaking Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. What an opportunity, what a chance, what a choice he's giving to everybody. Nobody is understanding it. It's a huge opportunity. Fantastic opportunity. And we are blind and deaf towards it. That is why people are preaching. That is why somebody like him is coming and saying, fools, idiots, mudas, rascals, he keeps telling that. Sort of love he is telling. All are rascals. Those who don't accept Krishna are bluntly he tells. Why? He's in the ecstasy of the offer of Krishna. It's so easy for all you idiots. Why don't you just chant Hare Krishna? He's affectionately telling rascals, idiots, everything. Because he's very thrilled about this. Boldly preaching to people in any corner of the world. It will work. You belong to Krishna. You may call yourself American, Australian. You may call yourself a Eskimo in the polar region. You belong to Krishna. Mamaivam Sajival, okay. Here chant Hare Krishna. You will become happy. He went everywhere and told them to do it. Everywhere. Because it's universal. It is spoken by God, spoken by the Supreme Father of every living entity. Aham bija pradapita. Mamayonir mahad brahma. Tasmin garbham dadami aham. I am the seed-giving father for every living entity. So if you really try to understand the Gita, it's not fiction. It's not simply some statement, some book written by somebody. The way some people painted these philosophers and these great scholars and all that, they don't understand it at all. You cannot understand it unless you have developed a little devotion at least. Bhaktya mam abhijanati, bhaktya tu ananyaya shakya hamevam vidorjuna. So it's a great event. Today is the day when Krishna spoke that. Expansively he spoke to Arjuna, answered all his questions, and benedicted human society with his valuable knowledge. And it is so bubbling with information, knowledge, experience, realization and everything, that every human being should indulge in the Bhagavad Gita. It's not simply some study, it is not simply some book. It's an experience. It's exactly what the soul is looking for. It's exactly what each one of us want, need. So we are very grateful to Krishna. Today, we must gratefully pray to Krishna. Thank you very much. Today is a day to thank Krishna for giving us Bhagavad Gita. And why will you do that? You will do that only if you have read the Gita. And if you have understood how important it is for human society, how important it is for me, what wonderful instruction Krishna has given. Nobody else can give this instruction. Only God can give. Only Krishna can give. You will appreciate it, value it. It's full of gems and pearls, instructions, each one of them. Valuably He is giving. So appreciating Krishna's speaking the Bhagavad Gita, we should do gratefully today. If we gratefully acknowledge and actually pray to Krishna and give Him a big thank you, the next thing is very easy to thank you once in a year. The real thing is, if you really want to say thank you to Krishna, you must do it in action. That also Krishna is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. You see, Sanjaya will say in the end, what a beautiful conversation. When I recollected Muhur, he said that every time again and again I feel that ecstasy of Krishna standing on the battlefield and explaining these things to Arjuna. My hair stand, Roma Harshanam. My hair is standing on end when I think of that conversation, when I recollect that conversation. So wonderful. Sanjay is saying towards the end, you will see that very beautiful shlokas. Those ecstatic verses can be chanted because it came out of Mukha Padma Vinihishta. Yasvayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padma Vinihishta. That Padmanabha, from his mouth these words came out. So it's so wonderful that we should by heart them, we should remember them, and we should chant them. So we are going to be chanting that from 10 o'clock onwards. I don't want to hold you for too long. From 10 o'clock onwards, we'll be chanting those verses. You must take part in it. But the real thing is, Krishna said in 18th chapter, He said, Ya idam paramam kuhyam madbhakteshu abhidhasyati bhaktim mayi param kritva mamevaishyasi asamshaya. One solid bomb he put. And it sounds so wonderful. He's saying that this Paramaguhyam information that I've given, Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhakteshu abhidhasyati. Devotees who take it up, Bhaktim mayi param kritva, they speak about it, they will come back to me. Of this there is no doubt. If you read this and if you speak to others, you will come back to me. Asamshaya, there is no doubt about this. Krishna is saying that you will come back to me. Not only that, he goes to next shloka and says, Nachatasman manishyeshu kaschin me priyakatamaha bhavita nachame tasman anya priyataro bhuvi. There is nobody so dear to me in all the 14 worlds, bhuvana, than that person who speaks the Bhagavad Gita and explains this to others. Please note it. He's telling Arjuna, this conversation I've had with you is, Krishna himself knows it's very important because I've given you all the information that anybody needs to know. Anybody who speaks this to others, distributes this, is very dear to me. So, you can understand how dear Prabhupada will be to Krishna. Today we are publishing in 90 languages Bhagavad Gita. One old man, 70 years old, with a walking stick, but with the desire to do this, what is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita by Krishna. It is true, we must do it. He believed it. And it happened. Our big problem is, everybody in this world is stopped from faith and belief in this because of this illusory status we are in. He just broke it and he went and said, no, it's possible. Krishna has said it. And he went and spoke it everywhere. It was very difficult, but he kept doing it. In the worst places he did it. With two people sitting in front of him, he did. With nobody sitting in front of him, he spoke Bhagavad Gita. In one program, nobody came, only devotees. Prabhupada simply went ahead and spoke Bhagavad Gita. And he said, so many people were hearing it. So many people heard it. And it became so successful. God, it's so unimaginable. It's simply the determination and faith of Prabhupada that everybody got to hear Bhagavad Gita. So that's why Krishna is saying, Asamshayaha, don't doubt me. Na samshayaha, don't doubt Arjuna. Simply have faith in what I say. Why is he saying that? Because invariably in this world, we will deal with the mind. And somebody will say something to you. And then inside you'll say, yeah, like this, like this. The mind will always work out something against the instruction that will benefit you. So that's why Krishna is saying, don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. And for that, some people will say, oh, this is very fanatic. Don't doubt it. Why? I must doubt it. Doubt is a sign of intelligence. Nobody is saying don't doubt it. But don't become a doubting Thomas so much that you lose the whole opportunity. Doubt as a function of intelligence is okay. But doubt becomes the mainstay of your life, then nothing you will accept. Then you are losing. So Krishna is saying, Asamshayaha, na samshayaha, don't doubt, because your situation is like that. I'm your father, I'm telling you, I have your interest in my mind, don't doubt me. Just listen to me. As any father will tell you that. And we should seek Krishna's protection and surrender to Krishna. If you do this, not only do you learn the Gita, but you distribute it to others. You become very dear to Krishna. That is why many people, all over ISKCON, you will see Gita Jayanti, nobody will be in the temple. Only newcomers will come. Most of the devotees will be in the railway station, in the shopping mall, in the temple, distributing the Gita. Why Krishna has said, I should distribute information. I am interested in distributing and getting the mercy of Krishna. I want to give this to as many people as possible. So they are all out. Today we have some 20 places in Coimbatore. All the devotees are standing and please take Gita, please take Gita. That is maybe even more important than sitting and chanting Bhagavad Gita. It pleases Krishna. Because he is saying, Mameveshasi asamshaya, you will come back to me. Bhavita nachame tasman anya priyataro bhuri. Nobody more dear to me than that person who distributes Bhagavad Gita. So these are all great discount pathways, special hacks, hacking through for getting Krishna's mercy. Read the Gita, understand it nicely, and give it to others, the information. People need it. They need God's instruction. They need Krishna's instruction. Whoever they are, doesn't matter. They are Christian, Muslim, Hindu, all same only. Nobody knows. This is what I understood. When I first read the Gita, I'm from a very religious Brahmin family and all that. When I first read it, I don't know anything till now. First thing I understood was, I don't know at all. I thought I knew. I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Then Krishna himself saying in Mam tu vedana kaschana. Me, nobody knows. Me, nobody knows. He's mentioning that. And if you read Gita, he's revealing himself to you personally. It's a great opportunity to know Krishna, develop a relationship with him, worship him, you become successful. This is amazing information. This is available right there. Nobody is looking at it. This is the way to become successful. You can take it free. You don't have to work very hard here and there. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada is world famous. He will be world famous forever. And he didn't ask for it also. He simply went and did it out of his own feeling. I must do it. Krishna likes it. I want to satisfy Krishna. He just did it. He didn't ask for any award. He is recognized by Krishna already. He doesn't want anybody else's recognition. It's not very important to get anybody's recognition. I've already got Krishna's recognition. So it's not really important to him. He simply did it. And he asked all of us to simply do it. Read the Gita, believe in the Gita statements given by Krishna. Mukhya vritti. Directly what he's saying, you understand it is as it is. Not necessary to interpret it. All the Gita has been spoiled by all these middlemen. Gauna vritti, mukhya vritti. Mukhya vritti means when the Lord speaks something, take it as it is. Prabhupada gave an example saying, if I tell you, bring me a glass of water, you must simply bring the water to me. I will drink it, finished, instruction over. Water? No, I want to give you milkshake. I'll bring the milkshake. He said, this is all speculation. I asked only for water. I didn't ask for milkshake. You may think milkshake is better than water. And you are a very great guest. I must give you milkshake and double, triple dressing on top of it. Hare yaar, just said water. So Prabhupada said you should understand it as it is. Krishna is saying, Mamaivamsa jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. It means Mama, he. Krishna is telling. He's telling Sarvadharman Pariteja Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja, surrender to me. Prabhupada criticized Dr. Radhakrishnan, the President of India, for having interpreted it wrongly. He openly said, completely wrong what he is telling. Surrender to the unborn, unmanifested within Krishna. Something like that he wrote. And Prabhupada said that, why don't you just take the direct meaning? Krishna is a person, he is God, he is telling Arjuna on the battlefield, surrender to me, surrender to Krishna, full stop. Why are you interpreting all these things? That's it. Take a direct meaning of what Krishna says. Do it. You will see things happening to you. That's all. As it is. Simple. Don't complicate matters. Don't, as it is, life is already very complicated. Krishna is giving a simple instruction. Why are you complicating that also? In this world, people are very expert at complicating things. Krishna comes and gives a simple instruction. You will, must be this, must be that, must this, and write 10 more books on that. All wrong. Confuse everybody. Krishna knows you very well. He's your father. He's giving you an instruction. The son need not speculate. Appa, ipdi sollirparu, appdi sollirparu, he must have meant that and all. Shut up here. I just asked you to open your tiffin box and eat it. I've given you your lunch. Maybe father said, the lunch should be opened like this. Maybe he said this. Maybe all this speculation. You're hungry, eat it. Open the lunch box and eat it. That's all he mentioned. If the son speculates and does all sorts of things and disputes and comes home hungry and loses the tiffin box, father will say, what an idiot you are. I packed it nicely and gave you. You could have sat down under the tree and eaten it during the recess. What did you do with it? I thought you said this thing. He'll say, idiot, fool. I just gave it to you. You're hungry at this time. You should eat it. Instructions are very simple, given by Krishna. Simply follow it. Don't complicate matters. There are a lot of complicating so-called great leaders. Don't listen to them. Simply listen to Krishna's instruction as it is. Where it requires to be interpreted, great personalities like Prabhupada can interpret and tell you what it means. Follow that. On your own, don't interpret. These are the simple things we can do from today onwards. We can embrace the Bhagavad Gita and we can worship the Gita by distributing this information, reading this information, following this information. And this is the way to actually follow the Gita. Om Tat Sat. Srila Prabhupada ki, Gita Jayanti Mahotsavam ki, Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki, Krishna Arjuna Samvad Bhagavad Gita ki, Nittai Guru Premanande. Thank you. Hare Krishna. There will be no question and answer session because I want to take the song.